Hello everybody. So today we are learning obligation, necessity, and permission. All right, first rule, we use must or have to when we talk about obligations and things that are necessary. So we often use must to give orders or instructions, especially in writing. We often choose must when we want to emphasize the feelings of the speaker. So here you can see three rules of must. Three rules of must. To give orders or to give instructions in written form, especially in exams or when you are filling an official document or an application, they give instructions in must or this must. Or when the speaker shows or expresses his or her feelings about something. Okay, for example, you must answer all the questions in the right order. So here, you must is written is used, and this is the written instruction. So you must do this in this way. It says so. This is instruction. Next one. Shh. You must be quiet in the exam. So maybe you are trying to speak or to say something which is not necessary, and I'm telling you, you must be quiet in the exam. This is like order. I'm giving you order kind of during the exam, which is not uh, acceptable. So this is an order. I must go to bed early tonight. I must go to bed early tonight. So this is a feeling of a speaker. This is my feeling. I am tired maybe, or I have to get up early tomorrow. That's why I must go to bed early tonight. He really must work harder. So maybe he is not working or he hasn't been working hard recently, and this is your opinion about him, and you are like expressing your feelings about him to somebody. Okay, I hope it's understandable. Next rule, we use must have to. Sorry, we use have to when we talk about other people's rules or orders. So this is different. As you can see, this is completely different. So have to is for people's rules and orders. So you have to be 18 to take your driving test in most countries. So this is rule or law of the country. If you are not, if you are not 18, you cannot. So you cannot take your driving test. He has to wear protective clothing for his job. So in his job, there is rule that he has to wear so protective clothing, otherwise he may be injured or his health may be like damaged after some time. Okay, I hope it's understandable. Now next slide. The negative form of must is mustn't. We also use it to talk about orders, instructions, and the feelings of the speaker. So in both must and mustn't forms, there is the same rule. So they are orders, instructions, and feelings of the speaker. For example, okay, I'm sorry, next example rule. The negative form of have to uses the auxiliary verb do, does, plus not, but it means that something is not necessary. Now here, to make the negative form of have to, you should use do and does and plus not. And then you should use have to. So, and this is a little different. So, I mean, does not, do not, have to is different from have to, and it means not necessary. For example, you mustn't write in pencil in the exam. So you are doing an exam and it's written in your paper that you mustn't use a pencil. Otherwise, they will not accept or check your answers. So these are instructions. Next one. She mustn't talk to him like that. So you can see that she is not treating him in a good way. And you're expressing your feelings about her. And we don't have to leave yet. Let's have another coffee. You look at your watch and you see that you still have time, and you say we don't have to leave yet. There is no necessity, or it's not necessary, it means. So you say, let's have another coffee. All right. So yes, it means not necessary. And next one, he doesn't have to come if he doesn't want to. So you mean if he is not willing, if he is lazy, or if he is busy doing something, he doesn't have to come with us. Because we can go ourselves and we can solve our problems, or blah blah blah. Yeah, so it means not necessary. He doesn't have to. It means not necessary. Okay. Now, third rule. It's more common to use have to in questions. So does he have to do the exam next week? Not must he do the exam next week. So here you can see does he have to. So when you want to ask question, you usually use have to in question form, not must. And the next example, do we have to leave already? So must we leave already? No, it doesn't sound good and it's not natural. They usually say, do we have to leave already? And must is not used in question form, so because it means, so it's like pay attention to my pronunciation. Must we leave already? So you're kind of lazy to do that. It means a harem scarum, blah blah blah. But do we have to leave already? So you are worried about it, or when you want to know about your departure, or this is like real uh, question. Okay, we use can to talk about permission. So permission, so you can take your bag into the museum, or you can leave it in a locker. So it's like it's okay to leave your to come into the museum with your bag, or you can leave in the locker. So it's possible. It's permitted. Come on, we finished. We can go now. So there is possibility, or it's okay that you can go now. That's what you're saying. We have finished and we can go now. All right, next rule. We also use can to ask if something is okay to do or acceptable. So, for example, it looks delicious. Can we start eating yet? So, is it okay or is it acceptable to start eating yet? Or do we have to wait for others? Next one. Can you eat with your fingers in restaurants in your country? So, is it okay to eat with your fingers in restaurants in your country? It means, or is it acceptable? Or is it a good custom or tradition in your country? Next rule. We can use the negative forms can't and mustn't to say something is not okay to do, or not acceptable or allowed. So can't or can't and mustn't, they are kind of like for strict rules, or for something dangerous you mustn't use or you cannot use because it's not like good. There will be negative consequences. For example, we mustn't start eating yet. Not everybody is here. So it means it's not okay to do it. We mustn't do it. It will be impolite. They will be offended, maybe. I hope this is understandable. And finally, here 6 sentences. You should match the sentences to their meanings. Here you can see their meanings from A to F. So now you have finished with it. You can check, you have answers here. If you have problems or questions, you can ask me. You're very welcome to ask. I would be delighted to help you. Cheers, guys.